Lab Addicts Music
You know
Group.
what time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real shit, street shit, man, we watching Maas. Real shit, street shit, man, we call 'em Maas. Real shit, street shit, man, we watching Maas. Real shit, street shit, man, we call 'em Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
Lab Addicts Music
You know
Group.
what time it is? This is Conversations with Maas. Subscribe now. Lock in. Let's go. Real shit, street shit, man, we watching Maas. Real shit, street shit, man, we call 'em Maas. Real shit, street shit, man, we watching Maas. Real shit, street shit, man, we call 'em Maas.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
This is Conversations with Maas.
What's goody? What's goody? What's good? What's good with everybody? It's the end of the work week. The weekend is upon us. We've talked about immigration. We've talked about Trump and Epstein. Now it's time for a lighter mood. This is the sex show. And tonight, we're talking about transactional dating. Y'all see it? Y'all see the thumbnail. Love for sale inside the world of transactional dating. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. But we got to give thanks to the Most High for allowing us to see another day, see another sunrise, see another sunset, and to love on the people we love. But tonight we talking about smashing. But y'all know the sex show. It's where we talk grown, we talk real, and we don't pull any punches. Some of the ladies' feathers are probably gonna get ruffled tonight. But this is something that we need to talk about. And that's why tonight's title is posed as a question. Is modern dating just a transaction? Has love become something we buy, sell, or negotiate for? Transactional dating. Y'all know. Where emotional, physical, and romantic attention is exchanged for money, gifts, access, or status. Now, let's be real. Transactional relationships is nothing new. From kings and concubines to sugar daddies and sugar mamas and trophy wives, the exchange of resources for companionship has been around forever. But with social media influence and digital hustling, the dating game has shifted. And now we got Instagram models saying, I don't go on broke dates. And guys bragging about, I'll fly you out, but you know what time it is. And we're also going to look at, will this flying out culture be changed because of what happened in the Diddy trial. You know, it's crazy now. It's like you bring the vibe, I'll bring the bag. That's what a lot of brothers are saying. You bring the vibe, I'll bring the bag. But that ain't nothing but tricking. But here's a question for the ladies, and the men can also join in on this conversation. Is transactional dating liberational, or is it objectification of a woman's sexuality? Or is it a strategic move in a capitalistic world? Or are these women selling themselves short? And what about expectations? A lot of men, what's going on, Jugnaut? A lot of men feel like they're walking wallets. A lot of men. I had some conversations with some men at Black Tech Week this week in Cincinnati. And the reoccurring theme, no matter if the men were older or the men were younger, was that this era of dating is really, it's hard to decipher if a woman likes you or the money you're spending on her. And men feel like they are expected to provide, pay, and prove their worth through material things. And then on the flip side, you got women who feel like emotional labor, beauty, and sex are their only currency in a world that doesn't pay them fairly. And y'all might have looked at the thumbnail and y'all might have thought that this was about hoes and tricks, but it's not. It's not even about simp culture. This is about how we've internalized money equals value even in our relationships. And you got these women talking about he got to pay for this energy. And if I'm giving you my body, what are you giving me? And then lastly, I'm not sleeping with anyone for free anymore. And it's a reoccurring theme when you look at the videos of women on TikTok. Now, not all women, you know, when we have these conversations, it's never a totality. Never a totality. Before y'all think about it, we're not even talking about sex work. We're talking about dating. And we're also going to look at, is transactional dating a form of soft pros? Is it a soft pro alternative? A lot of women are dating for survival. Some women are dating for dinners. And very rarely, women are dating for purpose. Even though a lot of women say they're dating for purpose. I still don't understand what that is, but I guess there's a purpose. If you're dating for purpose, you're dating with the intent of meeting a mate or marrying somebody. I guess that's what dating with purpose means. What's going on, Jeanette? question is, what happens when love becomes transactional? Is it love or is it lust for money? Is it lust for, I guess women would say that men are lusting for their bodies, and I would say that men are saying that women are lusting for their money. So is it a give and take? Is it a yin and yang? And I can, talk to the sun comes up. But I want to hear what you all think about this as well. And to the people out there, have you ever been in a transactional relationship? And that's men or women. Do you think, to everybody in the chat, everybody watching on Facebook, X, and Instagram, do you think that expecting financial support in dating is fair? Or is it manipulative? You'll hear women say that you got to get her nails done, you got to get her toes done, you got to get her hair done for her to go out with you, which is crazy. Are women expecting a man to do things that he does for a wife in the beginning of a relationship? I mean, is that the expectation we have right now? And does real love even exist where people are dating for dinners, dating to be spoiled, dating for money, dating for survival? A homosexual cares about women's money. And most importantly, are we building relationships or negotiating contracts? Are people comfortable with this shift? Or are we just playing the game as it is right now? I mean, yeah, I got to get y'all's input. I got to know what y'all thinking tonight. So, with that being said, YWG says a homosexual cares about a woman's money. Yeah, because we have conversations all the time, and I always say that a man with means really doesn't care about how much money you make. What a man cares about is what burden will you lessen on the stresses that he deals with out here in this world. That's what men are worried about. Are you going to help me deal with the stresses, or are you going to add to the stresses? And if you add to the stresses, your days are numbered. But shouts out to everybody watching on Facebook, on Instagram, and on X, but you already know. I'm not trying to get banned, so it's been 10 minutes. Y'all know the show is live. So come over to YouTube. To my people on Facebook, come to YouTube. To my people on Rumble, come to YouTube. To my people on X, come to YouTube. And lastly, to my people on Instagram, come on over and talk to us. Oh, wow. Okay. Jeanette, as beautiful as you are, you cannot give up on dating. Come on now. Jeanette says she has given up on dating. There's somebody out there for everybody. And this conversation that we're having on transactional dating is going to lead into a conversation of, can a regular man be worthy of be worthy for some of you women out there? Regular guys that make between $40,000 and $70,000 a year. Can that man be the man for you? Janae, you know we gotta ask why you gave up on dating. Did you give up on dating because when you were going out on dates, the men had an expectation because you were going out on a date that they were gonna get some skins? Is that the reason that you are refraining from dating? What's the reason? Juggernaut said he's had a transaction or two before, but it was a reason for the plea. Wow. Okay, we're not going to ask what kind of transaction that was, but it was a reason for the pleasing. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Okay, Jeanette said the dating pool is not the same. Is it because the women peed in the dating pool, or is it because the men peed in the dating pool? Okay, Jeanette said, yep, that's all they want. So these men have an expectation that if they take you out on a date, that they're supposed to get some skins. And could that be because women asked to go on first dates to places that you take people to on special occasions? You know, there's this thing going around at Olive Garden. I don't eat at Olive Garden, but Olive Garden, Red Lobster, Cheesecake Factory, that these places are not worthy of some of the women. Why are these three restaurants? Why is it these three restaurants have been called out as not being good for a first date? I went to Cheesecake Factory last week and it was packed. There was lots of couples in the Cheesecake Factory having a good time. Juggernaut said Juggernaut said I wouldn't even call it dating anymore. Expectations for a stranger are too much. Are women's expectations too high? What and the thing we have to ask is, what has driven women to have certain expectations on a date? Is a coffee house going out to have some coffee? When you meet someone and you're meeting them for the first time, is coffee bad? Is going to a museum, is that I mean, what are you, and this is to the women. What, other than eating, other than eating, what is a good first date? Y'all got to teach the fellas. What is a good first date? Since men think that the transaction of taking the woman to dinner equates to sex, and women have an expectation of going on. Usually it's a nice restaurant that they've never been to before, that they want you to take them for so that they can take pictures for their timeline. So, what would be a good date for women besides dinner that would be good, that you would think that a man would not have an expectation of having sex with you? Okay, that says she's independent. Camille said walks, coffee dates are cool for a first date. Yeah, because the thing about it is you're just meeting someone. You want to go somewhere where you can have easy conversation. And sometimes dinner isn't a good first date. I can tell you where not to ask a man to take you on a first date. Never ask a man to take you to the movies on a first date. Never. And men, if a woman asks you to take her to the movies on the first date, delete that woman's number out your phone. You cannot have any interaction in a movie. Movies are for people that have been together for at least 4 or 5 dates. But a first date to the movies, not a good look. Ladies, don't ask for that. Juggernaut said going out on the first date should not be at a restaurant. It should be somewhere that you can talk and get to know each other. I 100% agree. And I think that some of these expectations that women have kind of make men feel that it's transactional. It can make men feel that it's transactional, and then women never never go on a first date and order the most expensive item on the menu. Don't do that. Don't do that. Even if it's the only thing on the menu that you like, don't do that. Don't do that. Get the next best alternative, but never get the most expensive dish at a restaurant on the first date. That will make a man think that the date is transactional. Why a woman would order the most expensive entree on a menu on the first date is beyond me. But women, don't do that. Not on the first date. Not on the first date. Because if you do that, the man knows that there's an expectation that he's probably not going to see you again. Because, like I said, a lot of these women are hungry. Their stomachs are growling. And they're dating for dinners. No, but seriously, don't order the most expensive menu item. Don't do that. Okay, Jeanette said she would rather go on a picnic. That's a good place. Yeah, picnic. Yeah. Do to the men, to everybody out there, do you think that sometimes the places that women ask a man to take them on the first date can make it seem as if it's transactional. Do you think this? Or should the man just be happy that, he's in your company and that should be a bonus? That you're enjoying this dinner with him and he's paying for it. Is that how you feel, women? If you do, don't feel like that. Don't do it. YWG said he dated some hungry women back in the day. And he used the female term for a female cow. For the what? Steam beef. Oh, okay. And women. Why do you all think that men have an expectation that if they take you to dinner, that they're getting skins? You know what? It's early. I'm gonna put the link out. Who wants to come up here with me and talk about transactional dating? Who wants to talk to me about transactional dating? That's why a lot of men, and I'm one of these men, a lot of men are not approaching women. A lot of men are not approaching women. A lot of men. Sisters, women, and sisters, I'm saying that it could be any nationality of women. Y'all all sisters when y'all get together. Y'all gonna agree with one each other regardless of the situation. So y'all all sisters. Should women only date men that they're really attracted to? A lot of women date men that they're not even attracted to for status, for entree, for money, and dinners. And the thing about it is, when a man is in pursuit of a woman, he'll ask the woman, well, what you want to do? Where you want to go? I don't think any man goes into a conversation and says, hey, how you doing? You want to go out to eat? I want to take you to Ruth Chris. I don't think any man, I don't think any man starts out with Ruth Chris, Chop House, Mike Lennings, Jeff Ruby's, Prime. these aren't places that most men would take a woman on the first date. I don't think any man opens with, when he says he wants to take you out to dinner, with the intent to take you to one of these high-priced restaurants that you probably haven't never been to. And if you have, you probably went to a happy hour or something like that. But you know, and that's no diss. There are a lot of women who have the financial means to take themselves to anywhere that they want to go. But there shouldn't be an expectation of a man to take you to a five-star restaurant, a regular man. A regular man. What is it that women think that there should be some type of financial gain, beauty modification from a guy that is not even your man? Where does this where does this come from? Men need to know. Men need to know, where does this come from? Okay. Jeanette said, back in the day, men enjoy taking women to nice places and spending money on them. Never had to ask. But were these first dates, Jeanette? And don't get me wrong, I've taken women out to eat on first dates, but the woman didn't ask me to take her to a Michelin rated restaurant. Okay, it's coming out. The, the cat is coming out of the bag. We're gonna skip a couple of these comments and we're gonna jump to this comment. Jeanette said she had a sugar daddy who did everything for her without asking for anything. I gave it up because I didn't have to ask for it. But you gave it up because you didn't have to. Now, was this an older man? There's still sugar daddies out, but what I'm saying is that right there, what you just explained, you had a sugar daddy who did everything. That was a trend. He did everything for you without recourse because there was something that he wanted to have without recourse. Because I know you, Jeanette. So what was this man's expectation back from you for all of the things he did for you? That's the question. That's the next question. And you say it's different now, but I'm figuring that that man that was doing everything for him, whenever he wanted some, you gave it to him. Or did he not have it? He didn't have no expectation of no. What did he want? Nothing. He did all that. He didn't want nothing. Nada. Not one thing. Come on, Jeanette. Come on, Jeanette. He did all that stuff for you, and there was not one thing that he wanted. He did it. He did it. You said he did it, and he didn't have to ask. Did he have to ask for the panties? These are questions I have to ask. No disrespect. And that's for real. Yeah, I'm not saying, I haven't said anything disrespectful, but yeah, no disrespect in what I asked you. 44, and he wanted that young body. He wanted that tender body. YWG said his expectation was back on our session. Back blowing out sessions? So he was 16 years older than you. So yeah. Okay. Jeanette answered. But it's safe to say you was wearing high heels and short skirts when you was around him. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just jumping to conclusions. But Jeanette said, nope. He just wanted to be in her company without sex. Was this man a eunuch? What was, I mean, okay. I don't think that you say that, Jeanette, but I don't think that there's an age where men didn't want sex. I don't, I, I don't think men just want sex. This is, I mean, this is not a notches on the belt time. This is not the time to be trying to get notches on your belt. I think that any man that dates you, that takes you out in public, that gives you his time, at some point he's going to want to have sex. Some men sooner than others. Now, Sugar Daddy, I don't know why he didn't want no sex. I mean, you can, just me, just me. You can look good, you all that, and I'm I'm taking you out, and you looking good. I'm not understand. I'm not understanding that. I don't think that men just want sex. There may be some men who want sex. Okay, okay. Jeanette said they did have sex, but when she wanted it. So you didn't even, not when he wanted it. There wasn't one time he was like, baby, I'm horny. Not one time. I mean, I understand he's a man, Jeanette. It wasn't one time that he was like, I am kind of horny. Not one time. You were he was doing all of this stuff for you, and you were the one that was initiating when y'all had sex. Come on, Jeanette. Come on, Jeanette. Come on, Jeanette. Come on, Jeanette. Jeanette said, that's all they want now. Whatever, Jeanette. To the other ladies that are out there, do you feel that do you feel that men look at women as transactional? And is that because of the culture, this 304 culture, this boss chick culture? Why See, now you, nah, well, see, this is not, men, men are not transactional when it comes to dating, unless a man is looking for a pro. But some men would say that all of their dealings with with women are transactional. Men go to the strip club. They got to pay for dances. They got to pay for drinks. Sometimes you got to pay to get into the strip club. You want a stack of ones? You got to pay for those too. Men, you ask a woman to go out. She wants you to take on. She wants to go on a date. She wants to go someplace to check your pockets. I mean, women. If you put it out there like that, the man is gonna think it's transactional. That's why I asked you all, what are some places that a man can take you all where he wouldn't look at the date as transactional? And we've had picnic, we've had walks, we've had coffee. So yeah, okay. So Jeanette is 55. Jeanette, you don't look 55. Jeanette is 55, and okay. So Jeanette is dating to have for companionship. No one wants to be old and alone. So Jeanette is dating for mate. Jeanette, do you think that if you were meeting men in different places of where you're regularly meeting men, do you think there could be a change? Do you think maybe where you're going out has something to do with the men that you were coming in contact with? Could that be it? Do you think, Jeanette, do you think that if you changed the location of where you're meeting men, would you have a better chance of meeting a good man? Maybe it's where you're going and where you're meeting men. Could that be it? Because we don't want you to give up on dating. You're 55. You still got, come on now. You don't look 55. But come on now. You can't give up that easy. You can't give up. Yeah, they don't, nah, ain't the club scene is, ain't nobody doing that no. I never looked at women that I met in the club as viable, really candidates of being a mate. I'm just being perfectly honest with you all. I never looked at the women that I met at the club as really viable candidates for relationships. Maybe that's bad on my part. Yeah, I'm just being perfectly honest. You would meet women at clubs and get a phone number and yeah, so nah. If I'm going to the club, if I'm going to the club I'm looking for action. I'm not look that was me when I was younger. If I'm going to the club, I'm looking for some action. I'm not looking for no phone numbers and trying to. No, that's me. That's me. Okay. Jeanette said to the men out there, Jeanette's 55. She's single. She gave up on y'all. She says she likes art shows, opera, concerts, plays. Maybe I need to go there to meet some. Art museums are good places to meet people. I think you should go down to the 21C. Go down to the 21C and have a drink, Jeanette. Go down to the 21C. Try to think of some other places. You might just need, you may need to just go to an entirely different place to meet somebody. Yeah, you gotta, you may need to change your locale in terms of, where you go out. You may need to take some day trips, some weekend trips, get you and some of your girls and go to some of, because you're in Louisville, so you got Indianapolis, you got Cincinnati, you got Nashville, you got Knoxville, you got Chicago. Nah, not so much Chicago. There's lots of places around you within a 2 hour range where the day trip could be cool. Or look at some stuff that's going on in some other cities on the weekends, stuff like that, where you may be able to meet a different caliber of man. Yeah, for real. I'm being dead serious. Because the thing about it is, if you're going to these places that you regularly go to and you're getting the same results, you need to go to a different you need to go to a different grocery store. If you're not finding the stuff that you need in Kroger, maybe you need to go to Publix. Maybe you need to go to IGA. You might be able to find that regular dude at IGA, but you got to change the places where you go, and that's for men too. Yeah, you gotta. If you're not getting the results, and you can't just give up on all men. If you're not getting the results that you want from the places that you're going, you got to get outside your comfort zone. And maybe sometimes your comfort zone is what's hindering you. YWG said his grocery store was out of Africa. I mean, out of America. I said out of Africa. Was out of America. Yeah, there's more than one grocery store in terms of relationships. If all these corny dudes is running up on you in Kroger's and stuff like that, maybe you need to go to Whole Foods. Maybe you need to go to Whole Foods and do some shopping and see the dudes that's shopping in Whole Foods. That may be a different caliber of man. There will be a man that's health conscious. If you meet a man in Whole Foods or the Fresh Market, stop going to Kroger. Go to Fresh Market. Go to Whole Foods. It's a different type of man that you're going to meet at a Fresh Market or the Whole Foods. Somebody that's health conscious, number one. But yeah, that's what people. most definitely know you ain't gonna meet nobody at bingo. Bingo! Unless it's naked bingo. It's Friday night. Naked bingo? Naked bingo. Naked uno. Hey man, chill out. Don't talk about A&P. My mother was a manager at A&P. Don't talk about A&P. A&P was cool. Quit playing. Yeah, Mom Dukes was a manager at A&P. But yeah, you got to get out of your a lot of men and a lot of women need to get out of their comfort zone. If you keep meeting transactional women, go someplace else. If you keep meeting transactional men, go someplace else. Go someplace else. Caramel Sweets. We got Caramel Sweets. Caramel Sweets. Caramel Sweets, where you go to meet men at? Where you go to meet men that's not transactional? Yeah, naked bingo. Yeah, naked bingo. That would be fun. Yeah. Naked bingo, twister. Uh-oh. Jug said, why brother gotta be old? Come on, don't, hey, Caramel Sweet, you got chill. Don't just come in here, pass through, pass by. No. But yeah, ladies, if you're not getting the results in the men that you're looking for, you got to change your location. You can't just give up. You can't just give up. And men, if you're not meeting nothing but transactional women, stop going to the club. You'll be surprised what you find at Whole Foods, Fresh Market. You'll be surprised at the men that you'll meet there, women, and men, you'll be surprised at the women that you see at the Fresh Market, at Whole Foods. You can't meet anybody in a club. Let's just, if you're going to the club, you should be going, you're going for action. I was never one of those guys that went to the club to get phone numbers. I did get some phone numbers, but if I was going to the club, I'm going for action. I'm not going to the club to meet my mate. That's just me. That's me. Because everything is going to be transactional at the club because you got to buy a girl a drink to get a time to talk to her. And if you're talking to her and you didn't buy her a drink, she's going to be like, can you get me a drink? So it starts out as transactional. Can you buy her a drink? And some of you brothers, yeah, I got the little $10 to get into the club and you ain't got no money to buy a drink. You walk around with that glass, jingling and them cubes at the end of it, trying to drink the water at the end of you, go get another drink. If you ain't got money to get a drink, don't go to the club. You're not going to meet a woman at the club and not buy her a drink. Starts out as transactional. So if you put yourself in a transactional position, there's an expectation. Oh, come on, you after the club, you want to go get something to eat. You want to go to Waffle House. Yeah, if you ain't got no money to go to the club, don't go to the club, brothers. You know you ain't got no money to buy no drinks. You ain't got no money to take no woman out to eat after the club. Don't go to the club. Yeah, man, I didn't buy no whole bunch of drinks either. Oh, you didn't offend Juggernaut. You didn't offend that dude. Caramel Sweet said, I'm not trying to meet no man at this time. I used to just go to Home Depot to meet me. Home Depot. She know he can work with his hands. She know he's gonna be able to fix something. Cause yeah, you don't go to Home Depot unless that may be a good place. You might meet a good. Nah, I'm not gonna. Nah, I'm not. That's not a good joke. But yeah, Home Depot, ladies, Home Depot. You know the man can fix it if you see him at Home Depot. YWG said I never had the bad drinks. I was just smooth. Big dancing bear. He was probably in there dancing, popping and locking. Yeah, man. They just bought you a drink because you looked dehydrated when you came off the dance floor. YWG. This dude. Juggernaut, man, thanks for stopping through, man. Get up, get to the money, man. Get up, get to the money. I'm going to holler at you later. So thanks for stopping through, brother. YWG said it was mandatory to get in. I mean, yeah, at first I grew out of that stage. I didn't want no phone numbers because you would get 4 or 5 phone numbers. You go to the club and none of them would work out. Yeah, I knew his girl for about 30 years. He dissed me for like 30 years, y'all. Nah, I'm joking. Carvel Sweet says she barely go to the club. Come on now. Okay, back in the day. Yeah, the club is not, let's get, unless you're going to a wine bar. Yeah, nobody goes to clubs anymore. Nobody pays to party. Nobody pays to party. And a lot of times, you can go to the art museum for free. These are great dates. You can walk around and look at paintings and walk around with a drink in your hand. You want to meet a different caliber of man or you want to meet a different caliber of woman, you got to go to different places. You keep going to the juke joint, you're going to meet juke joint people. You keep going to the hole in the wall, you're going to meet hole in the wall type of individuals. This is what you're going to meet. Maybe you should go someplace where men got a button-up shirt and tie on. If you're looking for a man, if you're looking for a man, maybe you go somewhere where men wear suits, flats. Because if a man cares enough to put a suit on with a tie, a bow, the man is serious. If you go into ladies, if you go into clubs where dudes are wearing blue jeans and Nikes, your chances of finding a good man are slim and none. You may find some good pole. You might find a good hobo at those clubs, but no, you're not. Your odds of finding a good man are slim and none. A lot of women complain about the men and this, that, and the other, and then they tell you where they meeting these men at, and you like, damn, I see why you having issues with me. And men, the same thing. Oh yeah, I met this little chick at the strip club. Yeah, man. Sometimes the places where you go, you're just destined to meet women or men that are transactional. A lot of people complain, but yeah, they don't tell you where they're meeting these people. You 40, you over 35 years old and you still meeting men in the club. you should take your just desserts. If you're over 35 and you're still going to the club to meet men that you think are relationship worthy, smack yourself. If you think you're going to Mocha Fest in Houston and you're going to meet somebody that's relationship worthy, enjoy your desserts. Enjoy your desserts. Yeah, a lot of people went down to what they thought was the Essence Fest, and they got down there and they was at the black the black Bola festival, and everybody was speaking Swahili and other languages from other. Yeah, it's not the Essence Fest anymore. So all you people planning on going back, you might the Black Jalap Festival. Y'all thought y'all was going to. Yeah, you're not gonna meet. You most definitely ain't gonna meet a husband material at the Black Jalap Festival, better known as the Essence Fest. But yeah, black people, don't go back to the Essence Fest. It's not the Essence Fest anymore. It's the Black Jalap Festival. Okay, Jeanette. We're gonna get back to Jeanette. Carmel Sweet said different scenery bring out different men's characters. I'm just saying, you go to the hole in the wall, you're gonna meet hole in the wall types of individuals. Some of the places that y'all go looking for men is the wrong places to go looking for a man. And a lot of you brothers, a lot of places you go thinking you're gonna meet wifey, it's not. No, it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. Most people go to the club looking for action. Jeanette said she dated a man from the Shy. He took her to a hotel museum on 21st century, 21C hotel. We walked around drinking wine. I've been there all never you. That's where I used to hang out at the 21. Whenever I come home, I go to the 21C. I love the 21C hotel. It's a museum. You can walk around with your drink. They have a 21C here in Cincinnati. I've been there as well. Very, very nice. I may go to the 21C tomorrow, and there'll be some. Yeah, I'm going to the 21C here in Cincinnati tomorrow. I'm going to post some. Yeah. If you, look, that's exactly. It took a man from Chicago in Louisville to take you to the 21C. And it's been there. The 21C is one of the best places in the city of Louisville to go to. Yeah. That's crazy that it took. Yeah, those are places that I hang out at. Proof, 21C Hotel. Yeah. I go places you ain't going to. Yeah. Jeanette said, I'm not going to be able to come to the Cincinnati. What? You're not coming to the Cincinnati. Well, a lot of people not coming to the Cincinnati Jazz Fest after Janet Jackson said she wasn't coming. I wanted to see Janet. I may have my lawn chair and just sit outside and go live from Cincinnati Jazz Fest. Jeanette says she don't be looking. Carmel Sweet said, plus I don't go. Both of these ladies said they not looking for nobody. If it's meant to, exactly. They said they not looking, fellas. Couch cushions. Wow. Jeanette said the men in Louisville suck. Damn. Come on, brothers, man. Y'all got what is going on in the Ville? I gotta take this hat off. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Wow. The men in Louisville suck. If the men in Louisville suck, then you got to go to another city. Now, I know all the brothers in, come on now. I'm from the Ville and I don't suck. Everybody from, all the men in, Carmel Sweet says she's outside this year. I know what that means. Got them couch cushions out in them Daisy Dukes. Okay, Jeanette said she likes dating. Okay, you said the men in Louisville suck, but now you said you like dating the men that live in Louisville. Can't be both. Can't be both. Oh, okay. I don't like dating men that live in Louisville. Wow. Men in Louisville? What y'all doing? Now, I will say this. Caramel Sweets, you know you're going to have them cushions out. Have them couch cushions out this summer. Wow. So yeah, I mean, if you're in a city and you're not getting good results from the dating pool, you might want to change your dating pool. And if you're swimming in public pools, you most definitely don't need to be in that ish. Wee. But yeah, we're talking about transactional relationships, transactional dating. Um, is it a way to love? And in this time of transactional dating, is love possible? These are the questions that I asked early on in the show. Let me look at the poll. I put a poll out, and the poll was, is transactional dating escorting? 73% of the people said yes, and 27% of the people said no. I think it depends on what the transaction is. Jeanette said the men in Louisville, they not doing nothing, and there's too many game players. I think we got some other ladies in. Okay, Carmel Sweet, you back in South Carolina. What's up with the men in South Carolina? I know you got something bad. We're going to let the ladies air it out about the men, and we're going to let the men air it out too. If I got some men in here, man, what is the dating situation in the city you live in? And if it's bad, you might want to travel. You may want to look at the 250-mile radius and see what's close to you and make a day trip to the cities that surround where you live at. Maybe the dating pool will change. Maybe it'll change. Caramel Sweet's talking about my clothes are getting tighter, shorter, and see-through. She'll date next year if possible. That sounds like a hot woman summer, winter, and fall. Wow. Caramel Sweet said the men in South Carolina are shareable. I'll pass. Wow. I mean, 80% of all the babies born in America come from 20% of the men. It's a whole lot of men out there. It's a lot of women sharing men out there, or sharing baby daddies at that. Y'all sharing baby daddies. Y'all sharing men, side pieces. love home. Louisville will always be home. I'll always come home to visit. I have family there. But I will never live in Louisville again in life, and until I'm real old. Lord willing. Jeanette said she needs to be in a bigger city. Louisville is too small. So, Crumble Sweets, you moved to Indianapolis. I think you were in Indianapolis about 3 weeks. Did you see a difference in the men in Indianapolis than you saw of the men in South Carolina? Even though you were only there for 3 weeks, yeah, you was going on dates. So, yeah, tell us about the men in Indianapolis. Or was it the same as the men in South Carolina? I don't think so, but, answer the question for me. Carmel Sweet said, these men just want me so I can have a kid so they can keep time. Wow. They out there trying to shoot the club up. That was a bad, yeah. Men out there trying to put the C men on the track. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me and hit the like button. Quit playing. Hit the like button. Okay, Carmel Sweet says she didn't date any men in Indiana. She wasn't really looking. So even though you wasn't looking and you didn't date, were men approaching you? Did the men approach you differently than the men approached you in South Carolina? So you was there for 3 weeks, and I know some men said something to you. Was it a different approach than the men in South Carolina? It must not have been too different because you rushed back to South Carolina. You like the men in South Carolina. You just playing Carl Sweets. Who said something about sex? Carl Sweet says sex is last on her mind. It's been since March. She's good. She's just trying to have fun. Some men say fun with a woman consists of sex. Oh, so the men in Indiana just looked at you. They was just looking at the couch cushions, huh? They was just looking at the couch cushions. We coming up on an hour and 15 minutes. Hit the like button. Share this video out. And subscribe to the page. And join the conversations. Join the conversations. Friday night is freak night. We all freaks. All you freaks in the chat. In the chat. All you freaks in the chat. It's Friday. Y'all been talking crazy all week. We didn't have the sex show for the last 2 weeks. Now y'all being all reserved. So come Monday, don't come in the chat Monday when it's a serious conversation talking about 50 pumps and yeah, all that on yeah. Exactly. She capping. Oh wow. See, ladies, it don't matter where ladies at, they're always gonna agree with one another. She said, right, Cromwell, not having sex and just having fun. Yeah. She capping. She capping YWG. Tom, yeah. Cromwell Sweet said if she got some, she don't mind telling. Scorp ain't here tonight. She must be in Florida this weekend. Scorp must be in Florida this weekend. She been quiet this week. I have to check on Scorp. I have to email her. We got to check on our peoples. We got to check on our peoples. When they don't come around a couple of days, we got to check on them. Make sure everything's all right. Wow. But you already said you got the couch cushions out on display. Your clothes is tighter, shorter, and see-through. So men going to be running up on you. Exactly. Oops. Jeanette says she enjoys sex. She just picky. She enjoys sex, but she just picky. I'm gonna tell Scorp that YWG. She in Florida getting her backbone. Man, quit playing, man. Don't be talking about Scorp like that, man. Scorp is somebody's grandma, man. Talking about she getting her back blown out, man. Chill out. This dude YWG. You enjoying your time outside? Hey, what you doing outside? So basically, you putting couch cushions on display, wearing little bitty clothes, but you ain't looking for nobody. Where my cap at? Where my baseball cap at? This woman capping. Where my YWG said grandmas can get served up too. Yeah, hey, there's some thick grandmamas. There's some thick grannies out here now. Don't get me wrong. One of these 65-year-old thick ladies out here. Woo-wee. Yeesh. One 65-year-old lady, you know you're gonna be shooting the club up after y'all get checked. 65 years old. YWG said he's wearing his cap too. I don't know what kind of cap he's talking about, but he's wearing one. Grandmas can get served up too. Wow. Carmel Sweet said, just like nobody approached me and what? Now I saw them. You had on Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots with the couch cushions on 10. And then none of them country dudes say nothing. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. These ladies talking about they outside. YWG, man, you wild as hell, man. Grandmama's out here getting bent up. But you got a whole bunch of 40-year-old grandmamas out here now. But transactional dating. A lot of women is like, if I'm gonna give you some skins, you're gonna give me some ends. Jeanette, you said you ain't doing nothing, so you ain't getting bent up. Carmel Sweets, a lot of men aren't approaching women now because everything is transactional. You go up and you ask the woman, can we spend some time together? Where you taking me out to eat? Damn. Where I'm taking you out to eat? That's the first thing to come out of Jeanette. Are men approaching you, Jeanette? And if they are approaching you, is it just that they just not the dude that you're looking for? Come on now. Both of y'all saying that men aren't approaching y'all. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Y'all women, boy, y'all hard bargain. Y'all hard bargain. A lot of women think that if a man asks them to go on a picnic, that he's soft. A lot of y'all women don't. Y'all say y'all want a man to take y'all on a picnic and all this stuff. But if a dude asks you that, y'all be straight up like, nah. Wow. Okay. Wow. YWG said he'll take his lady to the kitchen to eat out. Huh? We'll leave that one alone. You land on the table or on the stove. What? Girl, you need to get some glasses. Oh, see? Jeanette, you got men approaching you. It's just not the right man. You got to go to a different location. You got to go to a different location. Louisville men are full of shit. Damn. Louisville men full of shit. Where's the man from the Ville at? Jeanette says she don't ask for much. Where Camille at? Camille, where you at? Camille, where you at? You sleep? Where Camille at? She ain't said nothing in about 35 minutes. Jeanette says she don't ask for much. Carmel Sweet says she like picnics, wine tastings, museums, poetry night, etc. Those are good dates. Those dates, yeah, those are nice. Picnic, museum, wine tasting, poetry night. And wine tasting, yeah, fellas, you take a woman to a wine tasting, you might get more than you bargained for. Women get drunk off wine quick. Yeah, man, take your dates somewhere different. Take a woman to a wine bar, have a wine tasting. Take them to a bourbon bar and get a bourbon flight. Y'all can both taste them. These are dates that are fun, don't cost too much. Yeah, you don't have to break your bank to make a woman feel good. A lot of brothers feel like they gotta break the bank to make a woman feel good. No, you don't have to break the bank to make a woman feel good. Wow. Damn, I thought Camille was gonna say at least say some Louisville men was cool. She said Louisville men are a mess. Louisville men, what? Nah, hold on, not Louis. Louisville men, Louisville men. What y'all doing? Louisville men, Louisville. Half of people say Louisville. I say Louisville because that's how Muhammad Ali said it. So that's why I say Louisville, Kentucky, because that's how Muhammad Ali said it. Oops, see, fellas, take these ladies to the wine bar. Carmel Sweet said it's one particular wine that will get her frisky. Take these ladies to the wine bar. Jeanette, fellas, y'all heard these ladies. I love wine. Speaking of wine, yeah, get my glasses. I still got a whole thing full of glasses. You can get them. Just let me know. I had a couple with me. I was gonna give a couple glasses away at reggae night, and they canceled reggae night. If you didn't hear that, look at yesterday's show. Last night I talked about what happened, how reggae night was closed. Yeah, go check that out. We talking about sex tonight. Fellas, take these ladies to the wine bar. Thank me later. YWG says he probably like that Snoop Dogg wine. Okay, Snoop Dogg wine. a lot of people. There are a lot of people who think that that women are pros. That these women are pros for wanting to be compensated for going on a date. So I'm asking the ladies, if a girl wants to be compensated for going on a date, is that characteristics of a pro? I do have some t-shirts. I got a burgundy t-shirt, well, burgundy and black, but whatever color you want, we can get that color. I'm not sure. I'm sure. I'll have to get with my merchandiser on the prices. But I think the shirts are 25. Yeah, I got a black one, burgundy, white. This dude here. So yeah, if you want some wine glasses or you want a Maas Appeal t-shirt, where my t-shirt at? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all the t-shirt. Let me go grab the t-shirt. I had it on earlier today. And people was asking me about it. So it might be a little wrinkled up. I gotta put it in the cleaners. Yeah, just the t-shirt, y'all. It's the front of the t-shirt. That's the back of the t-shirt. So yeah, you want your Maas Appeal t-shirt? Hit me up. Hit me up. We can get you a t-shirt. Oh, you want the okay. I got you. We will get you a t-shirt. I'll hit you on Facebook. I hit you on Facebook. Oh, okay. Oh, you want all three of them? I love Jeanette. Jeanette bought 4 glasses, and now she about to buy 3 t-shirts. Man. Jeanette, you're going to have to come up here and sit on the couch. You're going to have to come up here and sit on the couch. Yeah, I got you. You want black, white, and burnt. Okay. What size you need? What size you need? This cigar is lovely. But yeah, we talking about transactional dating, sex for access, sex for dinners. Yeah, a lot of these women out here hungry. And fellas are feeling the brunt of it. They want to go eat nice. I saw a video where a lady asked the man to buy her 3 children dinners that she could take home for them on the first date. I got you, Jeanette. I got a whole box of them. I got a whole box left. Extra large. Caramel sweets. Caramel sweets, you hear that? Extra large, black, white, burgundy. The ones just like mine. I'll get the shirts for you. I'll let you know the prices of them. And yeah, I'll get those. You know me. I put them glasses in the mail. You had them 2 days later. Damn. Caramel Sweet says she's always hungry, but she buys her own food. Get the fellas, take these ladies to lunches, museums. If there's a 21C in your city, that is a perfect first date. If there's a 21C, there's There's 8 21Cs. I know there's one in Boston. There's a 21C in Cincinnati. There's a 21C in Louisville. I think there's one in Indianapolis. Hold on, I'll tell you what cities 21. It's a perfect place to take a date. You have a nice drink. 21C Hotel. Hotel chain. Okay, so 21C Hotel. I'll tell you all, it's a great place to go to. So the 21C hotels are located in St. Louis, Missouri, Louisville, Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, Durham, North Carolina, Cincinnati, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, and Bentonville, Arkansas. I've been to the 21C in Cincinnati, and I've been to the 21C in Louisville. I hope to get to the rest of them. It's a great place to take a woman. It's always a seat for you on the couch. Jeanette, we've been knowing each other from high school. You always welcome to sit on the couch. Carmel Sweet said she don't even ask a man how to buy no. She don't ask a man to buy her no food. If he offers, cool, but I'm good. Plus, some men be thinking they buy you food, they supposed to get laid. Why do men? I gotta eat one of these. Hey, y'all, I got these oranges. They've been soaking in this bourbon for about 2 days. These oranges have been soaking in this bourbon for about 2 days in the refrigerator. Mm, mm. That was good. But yeah, wow. So men want to get laid after taking a woman to dinner. Why is that? Why is that? Women, why do you think men feel obligated to skins after going on a dinner date? Ooh, Jeanette. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, that was good. That was real good. Why do you think, to the ladies in the chat, Camille, Jeanette, Carmel Sweets, and any of the other ladies that are out there, why do you feel men think that there's an obligation for sex after a dinner date? I mean, how? Okay, so basically, you're saying that that's just the climate. That if a man takes you out to dinner, that he has an expectation of skins, and that's you're saying that that's across the board with men. And I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I disagree. 100%. We just crossed over an hour and 35 minutes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button for your boy. Hit the like button. We having adult conversations talking about transactional relationships. Let's talk about it. So that's just how it is now. Is that men just expect sex because of dinner. YWG. Oh, okay. I was just gonna ask YWG, why does he think that men? Does he think that men think there's an obligation to sex if they take a woman out to dinner? And basically, Jeanette said because other women are coming at the men on a transactional basis, men are now just coming straight for it. Carmel Sweet said most men feel entitled to some because they did something for a female, and this is why I'd rather just stay single. I don't think men are feel like they're entitled to your skins. I don't. I yeah. I don't think that a date entitles you to skins. I'm a man. I don't think that taking a woman to dinner, a reasonable dinner. Now there are some dinners that there's an expectation for skins. There are some dinners. Not a first date. Not a first date. But I don't think men feel entitled to the skins. These are so good. I'm probably gonna be twisted by now. I'm not gonna get twisted on the show, y'all. I was never a man that felt entitled. I never asked for the skins. I wait for the chick to give me the skins. I was never an asker. If a woman will give you some, she'll give you some. You ain't gotta ask for it. What? Carmel Sweet says some men think females should give it up because they was nice. I'd rather a man earn it with me and vice versa. Okay, okay. I think you should earn it. I don't think that sounds like sympathy. Give a man some sympathy, cat. That's what that sounds. Jeanette said women nowadays want or expect men to take them on expensive dates, and that makes it hard for women like me to get a real date. Like I said, I don't ask for much. So it's women that are peeing in the it's women that are peeing in the dating pool with these wild requests for extravagant dinners. And I will say this: Roof Chris is delicious. I have had the chance to eat at Roof Chris several times, and it is. But it's not. Roof Chris is not some place that you take somebody on a first date. It really is. Come on, Caramel Sweets. Caramel Sweet said the date she went on, the men felt entitled because I was dressed up. So I paid for my food and left. How do you know they wanted some? Did they say something during the dinner that made you think they wanted some skins? What? Jeanette said, yep, men do feel entitled. And yes, they do think that they should get skins out. Okay. Okay. I didn't say that, Caramel Sweets. Earning some, it's not sympathy. It's more, I didn't, that's not what I meant by that. Earning it, no, that's not sympathy. But I'm saying, yeah, there's a such thing as sympathy sex, but that's another, we'll talk about that another time. Sympathy sex. It's, yeah, earning the cat is not sympathy. He earned it, so it's not sympathy. He earned the kitty. He earned it. Meow, meow. Hey, when you earn something, it's a whole lot better. When you earn something, it's a whole lot better. Wow. So we got, okay, so Caramel Sweet said the man told her he can't wait to take her home to slurp. Ain't no way I'm gonna let a man who spit when he talks. Oh my! He was spitting and talking. Oh damn! Slurp on you. Ooh. Jeanette said she went on 2 dates with the man, and he came at her wanting sex. I don't never. Sex is. I don't like. Sex is nothing you should ask for. Like I've never been the type of dude to say, "Can I have some head?" It just don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, if a woman want to do it, she'll do it. I ain't asking for it. Wow. Jeanette said, "Men got to do better. Men got to do better than that." And it wasn't Ruth Chris. So to the fellas out there, is Papa Do's too much on? Is Papa Do's? Papa Do's is cool. I don't think Papa Do's is what you would say is a high price restaurant. Papa Do's is cool. Now they do have some high price. They do have some items on their menu that are, if you buy them out of season, they're high. But Papa Do's is Papa Do's is that, would Papa Do's be a cool dinner date? It's not that high. The food is good. They got some strong drinks. Get you one of them swamp things with a sidecar. Where y'all meeting these dudes at? Carmel Sweet said the second date, the man told me he can see me having his kids, and he just know I'm wet and tight. These dudes are really saying, "Hey, I guess y'all make these dudes feel comfortable enough where they feel like." Carmel said she told him, "I just lay in bed and don't." He probably got up and left dinner. No, I'm not gonna say he did that. I wish I could share these oranges with you all that have been sitting in Woodford Reserve bourbon for 3 days. They're oh so good. It is. I don't think that there's a time. I don't put it. I've never been one to put a time frame on when you're comfortable to have sex with somebody. I think it just happens natural. Sometimes it's natural. Sometimes it's sooner than later. Sometimes it's later than sooner. But I just think that sex is something you don't have to ask for. When it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. When it's supposed to happen, you'll get that invite. You wanna come over to my house after we eat? I don't think you should ask for sex. I think that there's cues that that it's gonna happen. You don't have to ask. Yeah, a woman tell you you want to do something after dinner. That is a cue. But that is not a cue to talk about sex. That is a cue to follow the lead. I think a lot of, and that's because a lot of men have not had a lot of interaction with women. And then some dudes is just young, dumb, and full of cum. Some old dudes is old and full of cum. Right. Wow. So you told dude you just lay in the bed, and he said, "Nah, okay, he'll teach you how to move your hips." I told him the last guy I slept with, "Stop talking to me because of the sex." Wow. Now you trying to discourage the man from wanting to have sex with you, and that's just gonna want him. That's just gonna make him want it more, cause he's like, "Dang, she got them couch cushions, and she's sitting there telling me that she ain't got no good peach." It's like, oh, I'm gonna have to show her. You think you're discouraging him, but you ain't doing nothing but putting a battery in that dude's back talking to him like that. I'm just being honest with you. You putting a battery in that man's back, telling him, yeah, you stopped. Because he's looking at it like, shit, you ain't gonna stop having sex with me if I get it. Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's supposed to happen naturally. It's just supposed to happen. You're just supposed to fall into the womb. You're supposed to fall. It just happens. I ain't never had to ask for nothing. If you gotta ask for it, then it ain't time. It'll just happen. Some stuff is best unspoken. Now, if a woman brings it up, then that's fair game. Let's talk about it. Well, then you ask what she like. There's leads to these conversations. Men, excuse me, men just have to wait for the cues. These cues come. If you're doing the right things, the cues will come. You don't have to ask. And men, don't talk. Let the woman be the first to say something sexual. Men, it never works out for you if you bring up sex. Let the woman bring it up. Let her feel like she is in control of it. But you controlling it. But yeah. game is to be sold, not told. Give me y'all some pointers. It can never be good if the man brings up sex. Unless you've got the cues. Jeanette says she been running into, oh, okay, you 55, so you talking about 65, 70? They out here jangling the change in their pockets at you? Jeanette said, I've been running into old men who act young and young men who act old. It's old men here in Louisville still acting like they in the 90s. Carmel Sweet says she want the right guy to ask for it. He ain't got to ask for it. You gonna tell him. I love it when the right guy asks in an aggressive, low tone. Give me that. I mean, yeah, but you done gave him the cues to know to say that. They done just brought the salad out and he already talking about, yeah, I can't wait to get you home. And they ain't even brought the main course of the food out. We just eating the salad and the rolls. That's not the time to talk about sex. If they just brought the salad and the rolls out, man, don't talk about sex. Okay, they're not. You hold on, Jeanette. You calling them old, but they the same age as you. You ain't old. Yeah, Jeanette, you might be a cougar. Jeanette, you might be a cougar. Jeanette, let me find out you a cougar. These little young boys. Jeanette said that it's women who are asking for these extravagant dates are the reason why men think that they have a right to the skins. So we've been talking about dates where a man would be less expectant of the skins afterwards. Jeanette said they older than her. Okay. But I will say this. Louisville is a town where Louisville is a city where a lot of people wear uniforms to work during the week. Louisville is a city where a lot of people, men, wear uniforms during the week. And when you have men who wear uniforms during the week, lots of those men don't wear suits and don't dress up because they've worn a uniform all week and they want to relax when they go out. That's why when I come home, I go out and, I'll be dressed nice and there'll be dudes with blue jeans and tennis shoes and not really dressing up because they've worn a uniform all week. And I understand that, but brothers, you got to step it up. Your go out clothes can't be jeans and Jordans. Not all the time. And them summer sweaters, get you a button up. Get you a button up shirt, man. Button down, button up, however you do it. Get you a shirt that buttons with a collar that you can wear a tie. You might have a better chance of meeting a good woman that ain't asking you to take her to Ruth Chris. But But that's one of the reasons why a lot of men don't dress up. And when you dress up, it puts you in a different state of mind. When you put a suit on and you're looking nice, it puts you in a different state of mind than having on blue jeans and Jordans. I wear everything I'm telling you, I wear. But there's a time and a place for everything. And there's times when you need to put a suit on. You don't have to put a tie on. Put a suit and some flats. It goes a long way, brothers. It goes a long way. The ladies will tell you that it goes a long way. I'll go home and I'll see women dressed up. They got dresses, they got heels on, and the dude standing next to them got on blue jeans and Jordans. I see it every time I come home. But if the women accept it, the men gonna do it. And that's what I mean by if you're going to certain places and you're meeting a certain caliber of men, maybe some of you women need to change the locations that you're going to meet men. Same thing with brothers. If you go into a hole in the wall bar, you're gonna meet hole in the wall people. Now, ain't nothing wrong with going to the hole in the wall. That's the jump off spot. You go there and you get this strong drinks, and then you leave and you go to your fishing spot. We're coming up on an hour and 58 minutes into the show. We had a great discussion tonight on transactional relationships and what men and women can do to stop coming in contact with all these transactional individuals. Men, if you're meeting women exclusively on the internet, you're going to exclusively meet women who are seeking to go to eat at places they haven't been. Because if you're on the internet all day talking to a woman, she's not working. And if she's not working, she wants you to take her someplace that she hasn't been. And you guys, if you're fool enough to take a woman to Ruth Chris on the first date, where can you take her at better than that going forward? You don't start out at Ruth Chris. You got to build up to Ruth Chris. And you do that by taking women on picnics, to coffee, to museums, to places that you don't have to spend money. So you're not going to have an expectation that I spent this money, I get these skins. No, there's a build up to that. There's a build up to that. And then it'll get to the point where the woman will say, you know what? What you want to do after we get done eating? I want you to come to the crib. And it's game over. But you got to let it get to that point. Okay. Jeanette says she ain't no cougar. She says she date men 48 and above. That don't make her no cougar. Nah, you right. I was just joking with you, Jeanette. But I will be going live tomorrow. There's some boxing matches tomorrow night, so I will be live. There's a good UFC match tonight as well, so I will be giving my play-by-play on the fights tomorrow night. I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. Yeah, cougars dating younger. Yeah, don't invite no man to your house. Men, don't go to no woman's house. It's not a good thing. You take her to your house where you know nobody's coming over. You got the keys to the door. You go to a woman's house, anybody's susceptible to walking into.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
But everybody have a good weekend. Caramel Sweets, Jeanette, y'all out on the streets. Y'all have fun and safe. Everybody else that you over there, love y'all. Yeah, Jeanette, I'm gonna get you the t-shirts together. I'm gonna get you the distributor. You gotta get the pricing. Yeah, this boy Maas. Like we talked about transactional relationships. Hopefully, men and women find love what they're looking for. Now, spending money ain't love. And love don't require no money. This boy Maas.
Lab Addicts Music
Again,
Group.
tune in tomorrow, or I'll see y'all Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll be back to the serious talk on Monday.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
Let's get it. Let's grow. MA family. Peace out.
Lab Addicts Music Group.